Hello viewers, this is Nagros Relion. As always, they tell me thank you because I don't they view videos, and they share, and they like, comment, and subscribe for new people who watch videos. So they plead that you continue to do the same thing. Watch this video, very important to we and to you also as a listener and watcher. Please share, subscribe, and comment. Today I day with my brother Yaso in
Augustine Kamara.
Augustine Kamara na a CHO in the making very soon, not go far again, but a part and parcel of Grow Sierra Leone. Today, as I say, we're there for talk here on a very important topic which concern the youth of this country and the youth of Africa and the world at large. But today, me and colleague I get today because today we deal with the medical man himself who can explain, give you certain thing there. Without waste of time, today we have for talk on drug abuse and drug misuse. But I know we'll go further, I will lay the platform to the CHO in the making for letting give you gist of this.
Thank you very much, everybody, for on our time, as now they follow and subscribe, as now the comments, for make we know we fault, and when I give thumbs up if una get this video, and if this video touch una, and if una feel impressed in this video, and una continue to follow, share, and subscribe the more. Today we dey talk on drug abuse and drug misuse. Of course, this don't be a major problem for Africans and Sierra Leone and even the world at large, but especially for Africa because we get the highest of drug abuse and misuse in Africa, especially in certain drugs. For we the youth, it don't lead to many disadvantages, far greater than the advantages of the drugs used in the country as a whole. We get for talk on certain drugs where we don't misuse so much in this country, Sierra Leone to be specific. First, we get for I will tell you now what drug misuse and drug abuse mean. Drug misuse, abuse, we get a slight different, a small difference when at the intent, the motive. A drug misuse is when they prescribe a drug for you with a doctor, and yet still you not adhere and comply to what the doctor say. Adherence and compliance now one great mistake we usually can do where they lead to drug misuse. A doctor might tell you say this drug if you take them 8 o'clock every 8 o'clock or one time per day when at 24 hours or 12 hours daily when at 2 times a day. But you don't listen, but you not comply to what the doctor say. You decide for take them 1 time per day, or you not decide for take them, start for skip them. That's not drug misuse. For abuse the drugs, now when you take them more than, or maybe you not get any condition, you just decide for take them. And so we they abuse drugs as a country.
So in other words, if doctor don't give prescription, let's say you be admit,
Yeah.
then they don't discharge you now without supervision. They say this medicine here, take am 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Then you not listen.
You not listen, that now you adhere, you not comply. You listen what you say, but you not do them. You start for take them how you want. That's not drug. You don't misuse the drugs. Okay. Then with the abuse boy, how maybe doctor tell you as you weight according to the measurement of the doctor, you are 30 kilogram and you are advised to take 10 kilogram or milligram of this drug. They start for taking 20, 30,
25.
yeah, 25. Just that's now how we misuse and abuse the drugs as a country. So we get for talk on some specific drugs and day. One of the drug that we the too much abuse and misuse in this country, we get the drug we call the stimulants. Now, a general name will cover a lot of drugs. A stimulant na a type of drug we they use for fasting the rate of the central nervous system. That na the brain. The brain they control the whole system. So there is a drug where they give you in case you feel depressed and different things where they give you for make you use.
Like
yes, like calm your system down. The fasting the rate of the nervous system.
Okay. Okay.
That's now like drugs like cocaine but except under supervision of a doctor,
Okay.
they can give somebody like that.
Prescription then
Yes.
for using at distance.
We get another drug wey dem call a nicotine. Na a type of drug again wey dey together, any drug dem dey together so that in the fasting the rate of the central nervous system. But then drugs there, we don't start for use them in a way that doctor no confirm. You might not get any condition in this country. Person just go buy cocaine drug. That make them hard for see. We start for misuse them. Now different pharmacies them we buy them and.
But that makes not all pharmacy they sell and sell.
Yes.
All pharmacy supposed to forget and sell.
Yes.
Now specific pharmacy or hospital.
Hospitals and supposed to forget them because.
Everything at theater safe only.
Yes. Now drugs we they're not too much, not too authorized for just the user. So except under high supervision of a doctor and a prescribed one from a doctor for making user.
Okay.
But we don't misuse that a lot. Then we get the another type of drug we then call the carbanes, where we call them the opioid types of drugs. That in other words we can call them the jamba type.
Okay, yeah, because me I don't confuse because
yes.
no, I'm not medically inclined.
Yes.
For accounting, I go scatter for if you got them, but let me call it opioids or that.
Yes.
So I break and down.
Yeah, and the cannabis is a type of drugs where they make them from a plant.
Okay.
Where then they process and it can be in high volume, but it depends to how the doctor prescribe them and the type of condition where they use them for. Now types like the tramadol and the cocaine again and different type of drugs, the kush, all this together they are found under the opioids. Okay. But they can only prescribe them for certain high conditions like pain. When with severe accidents or pain, they can prescribe short drugs for calm the system down so that the process they will if
faster.
Yes, if not operation for go through or
you know go feel
yes they will do the thing simple. And drugs where they relax the muscles of the brain. Okay. Drugs like diazepam.
Okay.
When somebody gets conditions where like you dey in coma and they can give drugs like that to somebody for so that the muscle will relax, the muscle and the brain, and somebody will rest. But with the misuse those drugs now, you might not get any condition just for make somebody take and for make him feel high.
Yeah, because I see some man they take they boil jamba, they smoke and they say you get asthma if you take this one, that's gonna put you.
Well, that's now how we misuse drugs. Where we can misuse drugs, some people can take the drugs so that they will feel euphoria. Now a word where we call somebody for take for make you feel high.
I don't confuse you.
Yes, now a medical word for feel high. You take because now that's not the main cause where they make with the misuse and abuse drugs in this country.
Okay.
You might want for just take tramadol.
Just feel fine.
Yeah, for make you feel high. In medical we call it euphoria. So you feel high and start for see people in you know they care for anything because the brain, the central nervous system. You don't mix them up, you don't overdose.
For this, so you don't go so.
Yes, you don't start for mix up things. And that's not the leading cause for most of the harmful things that happen in our country, like stealing.
So we demand them.
So we the youth man, they really make.
High,
yes,
now.
You
see, be anti-safe now, I'm like anybody.
Or every bad thing they happen. And another class of drug where we misuse too much in this country now the antibiotics.
Okay.
Antibiotic and antibiotic don't cause a lot of problems for Africans and Sierra Leone and they're among the listed countries where they misuse antibiotics a lot. Because antibiotics are very good, but there are times when we misuse antibiotics, it causes resistance to the body. That when this disease or virus comes inside the system, and whenever you take antibiotics now, you're not able to heal them again. Because when you take antibiotics the wrong time, when you take antibiotics, we misuse them, we know you take at the right time for take them, when you take them when we not get condition. For different conditions, we're not supposed to be antibiotics, when you take them. Example, people can advise you they feel cold, you get flu, you they run your nose, they tell you for take antibiotics. No. We don't take antibiotics for flu, we don't take antibiotics for cold. We not get those are viral infections. Okay. Viral infections, we know they use antibiotics for mending. Okay. But people advise you to take amoxicillin, take this one and this and that one. No, we don't take. Well, this is not drug misuse and abuse. If you're fasting for take antibiotics like amoxicillin for cold, while amoxicillin not the main and viral infections, your system they pick up, they get used the antibodies, they build new system. Where anytime you take antibiotics now, we concern amoxicillin, you don't get anything for this one. And another way, the girls them, how they misuse antibiotics, when menstrual pain and menstrual periods, they can always advise for take antibiotics. Yes, it's wrong. They will tell you for take ampicloxacillin because you don't menstrual saying menstrual pain. No. We don't take antibiotics for menstrual disorders or menstrual pain. You visit a doctor and will give the best advice. These are some of the drugs we will misuse in this country for the antibiotics. Drugs like amoxicillin, doxycycline, clindamycin, and a lot of them. These are drugs we will misuse in this country and we abuse them. And because of the high intake of them, then they cause resistance to our body, and now our body not able to fight against certain small infections the way they can our body caused by antibacterials.
It's just about like possible fasting, too much energy drink.
Yes.
Where's the kind of sleep? It is sleep.
Yes.
So and drink.
Yes. Now same way we they take caffeine.
Yes.
A lot of drinks we get caffeine. First, when you take because now a new introduction to the system, it is too heavy on the system because it work on the central nervous system. But when you don't take them too much, you don't get anything for doing with the system because it don't already damage the nerve cell where they work on the central nervous system for control that part of the body where the caffeine don't try for destroy.
So when our child drink.
Yes, they take a normal now, it's still asleep. So we need for listen, adhere and comply to a prescribed way where the doctor tell you for take drugs, be it antibiotics or opioid drugs or codeine or different type of drugs for different conditions. Not just take drug because you want for take them, or not take drug because you want for feel high, or because you see others they take them. You might not get the same condition, or you might not feel the pain where they feel.
Okay. So, of course, what they talk to when I youth then they talk to fellow youth then, and even people don't want to youth because then back then they take their medicine there, they don't miss them. What now your advice to people, to viewers there and to new viewers or what they will do?
Well, what thing I will say to everybody, the rate of drug misuse and abuse is not too much. So we get this at the back of your mind for every condition you feel, not visit a quack. Not just go to a pharmacy, we not get a pharmacist. Because we get a lot of pharmacies in the country where not get good pharmacists. You go tell them and say, me belly the heart, you say take this. Visit a doctor where you get a pure clinical history taken of you, and you will get a correct diagnosis of your condition and tell you the type of drug for take. And adhere and comply to the time and the manner at which the doctor say for take the drug. Yes.
Yeah. Because like someone can say eat before you take this medicine, or 1 time per day or 2 times per day. Or someone say now, but someone now well now and go take now 4. So
yes. That's not the problem. The drug gets another thing where we call the half-life of a drug. If you are told by the doctor say take two per day, that's 12 hourly, it means the half-life of the drug now 6 hours.
6 hours.
That waiting they shape the drug into 50%. If they tell you for take 2 per day, it means the half-life now 50%. If 50% don't go for the 6 hours, the next 6 hours the other 50% don't go, you take the another 2. But if you take in all that time, the half-life of the drug not done yet, they take another one, it don't cause more problems inside the system. And that's make you not go well once and go because you take the medicine once and go, you will kill yourself. So make we listen and adhere and comply to waiting with doctors and they say.
So viewers, this now a very broad topic. We'll get for bring now as time they go on with the cow then talk show there more and more because we get for go wider and for know how this thing will affect one time you will just take drugs high just once because you don't feel high and what you will for do what you for do for stop this how for stop this as youth they'll focus on the future they'll focus on developing Sierra Leone as this channel and grow Sierra Leone so we need for make sure we grow self not just for just begin to feel high because you see company just feel high every hour like hey just enjoy yourself after 30 minutes or after 1 hour back you don't come back with normal anything but hey working all day you not fine for we as
you know get any development towards we exactly. Because you might not get woke, but you don't get this 1,000 leons or 5,000 leons because you don't go
20,000. That thing wey dey go take you na 20,000 for that.
You imagine you use 20,000 for buy 2, 3, 4 tramadol per day. You take am, or maybe one tramadol 20,000. You not get good food, you not get food for it, you not get hope for say you get some. Then you see another person start for say you body. Why not ask that person wey dey give you 20,000 for get a
job? So man just want take am because they are we don't take another beginning and bring now they enjoy and smile
that's my problem. Even the manner at which we take alcohol is a drug, but with the misuse, and because imagine somebody goes to do just a moment
in that
just like that, you take big amount of volume in alcohol, and this one will they produce in this country, people they take them too much, and they lead to a lot of the death of with the young one. Them, though that one will they produce and then packets. Some get 43-45% of volume of alcohol.
So imagine say
how dangerous that be.
You take 2 cups now, 90% you don't drink.
Yes, people
inside 10 minutes.
People they take that packet yum. Some man they drink that one roll.
That roll
for the day.
10, 12. Yeah.
You know, in the damage, not only you life, in the damage the system inside, and in the damage generation, because when you die young, you're not able to achieve what you achieve. You get a role for play for this country for develop, for make we all develop together as Sierra Leone. Make we stay positive, please.
Viewers, stay on to this channel. This video very important. Share them. Not say one for listen. Not be greedy. Share this video, subscribe, comment. Whatever errors we get, we will learn from our mistakes. Sorry. Then we go make sure say we develop subsequent videos. Make we pull and fine.
Next, we go talk on the disadvantage of drug abuse and misuse on the next channel. But please,
that's not from the medical man.
But please, now for share, like, and comment. Give a thumbs up if you